If you thought the world couldn't surprise you more after the first part, think again. Welcome back to part 2 of 25 unreal natural phenomena that look impossible. In the previous video, we explored glowing beaches, rainbow mountains, fire whirlwinds, and even a waterfall that bleeds red. But Earth still holds countless secrets. From fiery pits that never stop burning to pink lakes and stone waves frozen in time. So sit back and get ready to travel across deserts, oceans, and alien-like landscapes as we uncover 25 more natural wonders that seem too unreal to exist. Off the coast of Belize lies a perfect circle carved into the sea, a deep blue abyss known as the Great Blue Hole. Over 300 meters across and 125 meters deep, this giant sinkhole is a diver's dream and a mystery of nature. When seen from above, it looks like a portal leading straight to the heart of the Earth. Formed during the last ice age, when sea levels were lower, limestone caves collapsed and filled with seawater, creating this underwater wonder. As you descend into its depths, stalactites hang like frozen fangs, and the sunlight fades into an endless blue void. It's eerie, beautiful, and haunting, a reminder of how ancient and powerful nature truly is. In the desert of Turkmenistan, a fiery crater burns non-stop, and it's been doing so for more than 5 decades. Locals call it the door to hell. It all began in 1971 when Soviet geologists accidentally drilled into a natural gas cavern, causing the ground to collapse. To prevent toxic gases from spreading, they set it on fire, expecting it to burn out in a few days. That was over 50 years ago, and the flames still roar today. At night, the desert glows red like an open wound on the planet's surface, drawing travelers who stare into the inferno in silent awe. It's one of those rare places where Earth feels alive, breathing fire from deep below. In Siberia, Lake Baikal holds more water than any other lake on Earth. Nearly 20% of the planet's fresh water supply. But in winter, when the surface freezes, it transforms into something magical. The ice becomes so clear and pure that you can see meters deep beneath the surface. As temperatures shift, the ice cracks and shatters into geometric shapes. Turquoise shards rising like frozen glass sculptures. When sunlight hits them, they glow an electric blue, creating one of the most surreal natural displays on the planet. It's hard to believe it's real. A frozen world of light and crystal that looks like a mirror of the sky itself. Along the coast of New Zealand's South Island lie giant stone spheres scattered across the sand, the Moraki boulders. Each one perfectly round, some over 2 meters wide, as if placed there by giants. But these aren't man-made. They formed naturally over millions of years, as mineral deposits grew around fossils deep in ancient seabeds, a process called concretion. Eventually, erosion revealed them, leaving these strange stone orbs resting along the shore. During sunrise or sunset, when the tide rolls in and light glows across their wet surfaces, the beach looks like an alien landscape, otherworldly and serene. In Western Australia lies a lake so pink it looks photoshopped. Lake Hillier. Surrounded by white sand and dense green forest, this bubblegum-colored lake is a mystery that continues to fascinate scientists. Its rosy hue comes from microscopic algae and bacteria that thrive in its salty water, creating a pigment that stains the lake a permanent pink, even when bottled. Seen from above, it's a perfect contrast. Pink water, green forest, and blue ocean just meters away. It's nature's version of abstract art, a masterpiece painted by microorganisms. Deep in the desert of Arizona, near the Utah border, lies a sandstone formation so unreal it looks like melted marble, the Wave. Waves of orange, gold, and red swirl together in smooth flowing lines that twist across the rock like frozen motion. Formed over 190 million years ago from ancient sand dunes turned to stone, the Wave was sculpted by wind and time into an extraordinary display of patterns. Only a limited number of visitors are allowed each day to protect it. And those lucky enough to walk here say it feels like stepping into a painting that's come to life. At the borders of Venezuela, Brazil and Guyana stands a tabletop mountain that inspired countless myths. Mount Roraima. Its flat summit rises above the clouds, surrounded by sheer cliffs 1,000 meters high. To the indigenous Pamon people, Roraima is sacred, the house of the gods. Its surface is covered with bizarre rock formations, hidden waterfalls, and plants found nowhere else on Earth. When mist rolls over its edges, the mountain looks like an island floating in the sky. So surreal, it inspired the setting for The Lost World and Pixar's Up. It's not just a mountain, it's a portal to another realm. In the island province of Bohol in the Philippines rise over 1,200 cone-shaped hills, each about the same size and perfectly symmetrical. During the dry season, their lush green grass turns brown, giving them their name, the Chocolate Hills. Scientists believe these strange formations were created by coral deposits that rose from the sea and eroded over thousands of years. But local legend tells a sweeter story. Two giants once fought, hurling rocks at each other until they grew tired and became friends, leaving the mounds behind as a reminder. Whichever story you believe, standing among them feels like standing inside a myth. Beneath the surface of New Zealand's North Island lies a glowing underground world, the Waitomo glowworm caves. Thousands of tiny bioluminescent insects light up the dark caverns, creating the illusion of a starry night sky underground. Visitors can glide through the caves by boat, in complete silence, watching blue-green lights shimmer above them like galaxies suspended in air. The glowworms use their light to attract prey, but in the darkness, it feels almost magical, as if you've stepped into another universe hidden below the earth. Stretching across more than 10,000 square kilometers, the Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia is the world's largest salt flat and one of its most surreal landscapes. During the dry season, it looks like a vast white desert, stretching endlessly to the horizon. But after rain, it transforms into a perfect mirror, reflecting the sky so flawlessly that the horizon disappears. Walking here feels like floating in the clouds, lost between heaven and earth. It's a photographer's dream, and one of nature's most flawless illusions. In the Canadian Rockies, there's a lake that freezes into one of the world's strangest masterpieces, Abraham Lake. At first glance, it looks like ordinary ice, but beneath the surface, thousands of ghostly white bubbles appear to be trapped mid-flight, frozen in time. These bubbles are actually methane gas released by decomposing plants at the bottom of the lake. As the gas rises through the water in winter, it freezes layer by layer, forming magical vertical patterns, like crystal towers or strings of pearls suspended in glass. When sunlight shines through the ice, the entire lake glows blue, white, and silver. It's a photographer's dream. And a reminder that even in the coldest places on Earth, beauty never stops creating itself. Hidden in western Poland, near the small town of Gryfino, stands one of Europe's strangest forests, the Crooked Forest. About 400 pine trees grow here with a perfect curve at their base, all bending north before growing straight again. No one knows exactly why. Some believe it was human influence. Perhaps farmers in the 1930s intentionally bent them to make furniture or ship hulls. Others think it's the result of heavy snow or a natural magnetic anomaly. Whatever the cause, the effect is surreal. Row after row of trees that seem to bow in silent unison, frozen in a mysterious dance with nature. When mist rolls through the forest, it feels like stepping into an enchanted world where the laws of physics took a day off. On the uninhabited island of Staffa in Scotland, nature has built a cathedral, a sea cave made entirely of hexagonal basalt columns. This is Fingal's Cave, a natural wonder so perfect it looks carved by human hands. Formed by ancient lava flows cooling and cracking into geometric shapes, the cave's ceiling arches high above the Atlantic waves. When the ocean surges inside, the sound it makes echoes like an organ in a vast cathedral. The cave inspired composers, poets, and painters for centuries, even Felix Mendelssohn, who wrote an overture after hearing its haunting sound. It's proof that even rock and water can create music when time is the artist. Just across the sea from Fingal's Cave lies another basalt masterpiece, the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland. Here, about 40,000 hexagonal columns form a pathway leading from the cliff straight into the sea. Legend says it was built by an Irish giant named Finn McCool to cross to Scotland and fight his rival, hence the name. In reality, it formed 60 million years ago from volcanic activity, when lava cooled and cracked into these stunning natural patterns. Standing there, with waves crashing against the rocks and the salty wind howling across the coast, it's easy to see why locals once believed giants made it. The scale, the symmetry, the sheer power of it, it feels larger than life. Just outside Dakar, Senegal, there's a lake that looks like a strawberry milkshake. Lake Retba, or Lac Rose. Its pink color comes from halophilic bacteria and algae that thrive in the salty water, producing a pigment that tints the lake bright pink, especially in the dry season. Fishermen can often be seen paddling wooden boats across the rose-colored water, harvesting salt from the shimmering shallows. The contrast of pink lake, blue sky, and white salt banks creates one of the most photogenic scenes on Earth. It's a place that feels unreal, like a dream painted in pastels, proof that nature sometimes loves to break its own rules. If there's a place on Earth that looks more like another planet, it's the Danakil Depression in northern Ethiopia. Here, temperatures can reach 50 degrees Celsius, 122 degrees Fahrenheit, and the landscape is a kaleidoscope of acid pools, salt flats, and steaming geysers, painted in neon shades of yellow, green, and orange. This is one of the hottest, driest, and lowest places on Earth. Yet life still survives here. Sulfuric springs bubble beside volcanic craters, and mineral deposits turn the ground into a living painting of chemical color. Walking through the Danakil feels like walking on the edge of creation itself. A reminder that beauty isn't always comfortable, and that life can thrive even in the most hostile places. In northeastern Brazil lies a desert that fills with water, Lençóis Maranhenses National Park. Every rainy season, thousands of turquoise lagoons appear between the rolling white sand dunes, creating a sight that seems impossible. The sand prevents the rainwater from seeping underground, trapping it in shallow pools that stretch as far as the eye can see. From above, it looks like blue glass scattered across white silk, an endless pattern of dunes and lagoons under the blazing sun. By mid-year, fish even appear in these temporary lakes, carried by birds or floods from nearby rivers, turning a dry desert into a living oasis. Far off the coast of Yemen lies an island that feels like it belongs on another planet, Socotra. Separated from the mainland for millions of years, Socotra has evolved its own ecosystem, filled with species found nowhere else on Earth. The most famous is the dragon's blood tree, with its umbrella-shaped canopy and red sap that was once prized as medicine and dye. White sand dunes meet turquoise seas, and the air is scented with frankincense and myrrh. Socotra is often called the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean, a world untouched by time, where evolution has painted nature in its strangest, most beautiful forms. Sometimes beauty appears not in the ground or sea, but in the sky. Fire rainbows, also known as circumhorizontal arcs, are one of the rarest atmospheric phenomena on Earth. They occur when sunlight passes through high-altitude ice crystal clouds at a precise angle, scattering the light into bands of rainbow color that stretch horizontally across the sky. Despite the name, there's no fire involved, just the perfect blend of sunlight, ice, and timing. When one appears, it looks as though a rainbow is blazing through the heavens, a fiery arc of color suspended in midair. It's nature's way of reminding us that even the sky can catch fire in beauty. Beneath the clear waters of the Red Sea lies a mysterious underwater sinkhole, the Blue Hole of Dahab. It's over 100 meters deep, forming a dark circle of deep blue surrounded by vibrant coral reefs. Divers from around the world come here to explore its beauty, but it's also one of the most challenging dive sites on Earth due to its depth and unique structure. Sunlight filtering through the water creates a glowing gradient, from brilliant turquoise to deep indigo, as if you're staring into infinity. From above, the contrast between the shallow reefs and the dark blue void below is mesmerizing, a reminder that the sea hides wonders as vast as the sky. Deep in the remote Patagonian region of Chile lies a place that feels hand-carved by magic. The marble caves of General Carrera Lake. These swirling blue and white caverns were sculpted over thousands of years by waves gently washing against solid marble, carving tunnels and chambers into the rock. When sunlight filters through the turquoise water, the cave walls reflect dazzling shades of blue, silver, and green, constantly shifting with the light and the season. Every corner looks different, every ripple transforms the colors. It's like stepping inside a living gemstone. Accessible only by boat, the marble caves remain one of Earth's most peaceful and surreal natural cathedrals, where silence, water, and light combine to create perfection. At the edge of the world, Antarctica hides a sight that seems impossible. Mount Erebus, the southernmost active volcano on Earth. But instead of lava covering its slopes, this volcano is dotted with ice towers. Frozen chimneys formed by steam venting from the volcano's surface. As the warm vapor escapes and meets sub-zero air, it freezes instantly, creating eerie spires that rise several meters tall. Some towers even release small plumes of steam, as if the mountain itself is alive and breathing beneath its icy armor. Scientists who venture here describe the landscape as otherworldly, a frozen realm where fire and ice coexist in perfect balance. If there's one place on Earth that mirrors another planet, it's this. Beautiful, deadly, and mesmerizing all at once. Imagine a massive, perfectly round piece of ice, spinning slowly in the middle of a river, like a giant floating record. That's a sailing ice disk, a rare natural phenomenon that forms in freezing rivers in places like Maine or Iceland. When cold air meets gently flowing water, chunks of ice begin to rotate, carving themselves into perfect circles as they grind against surrounding ice. Eventually, the rotation becomes smooth and steady, and the disk begins to spin on its own, turning endlessly in the current. Some are just a few feet wide, others can reach over 50 meters across. And when seen from above, they look like frozen galaxies drifting in the water. It's hypnotic, quiet, and strangely beautiful. A reminder that even in the simplest elements, motion and design exist in harmony. In the heart of the Sahara Desert, stretching between Libya and Egypt, lies the Great Sand Sea, a vast expanse of golden dunes. But hidden among them are mysterious fragments of natural desert glass, formed thousands of years ago when a meteor exploded above the desert with incredible heat. The sand beneath fused into glass, pure, translucent, and yellow-green in color. Some pieces are small as pebbles, others large as fists. In ancient Egypt, one of these stones was even carved into a scarab and placed in King Tutankhamun's burial necklace. When sunlight hits these rare crystals scattered across the dunes, they shimmer like scattered jewels in an ocean of sand, a cosmic gift born from destruction. Finally, we end where dreams meet reality. The sea of stars on Vadi Island in the Maldives. At night, the shoreline begins to glow. Thousands of tiny blue lights flickering in the waves as if the ocean has swallowed the night sky. This phenomenon is caused by bioluminescent plankton, tiny organisms that emit light when disturbed by movement. As waves crash and footsteps stir the sand, the beach comes alive, glowing brighter with every touch. It's one of nature's most poetic illusions, a living, breathing constellation beneath your feet. Photographers often capture it using long exposure, revealing a dreamlike glow that stretches endlessly along the coast. Standing there under a canopy of stars above and another glittering sea below, you realize the universe doesn't just exist above us. It shines within our world too.